Okay, so if we look at these two setups, we can see here now on the left-hand side, kind of looks like you're setting up for a full shot. As I said, the position's there with your feet shoulder width apart, everything kind of squared onto target. It looks as though you're going to play a full shot, and as we can see here now, the length of backswing indicates that. And the problem is, if we're trying to hit a golf ball 20 yards, 30 yards at most, and we're setting up with this length of backswing, your brain kind of realises there's too much energy being created, and then starts putting the brakes on again. They're sort of keeping the head down. You sort of see the head going downwards a little bit this way, trying to get under the golf ball. Club bottoms out behind the ball, as we can see. The arms then pull up awkwardly after the shot, which then gives that bent arm effect post-impact, and then we get told to keep our arms straight. So hopefully, ignoring the keep your head down and keep your arms straight mentality, we can get into a much better center. If we go through some start position, feet together. Now, long term, you probably don't need to do all this every single time. It would just be something you get into in a natural position. But for the meantime, the next couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, go through this sequence just to make sure we get it right each and every time. So sort of feet close together to start with, and then we open up this left foot with a narrower stance. And you can see by opening up this left foot now, it's going to make it a lot easier for your knee to basically bend forwards down your foot, and then your weight now to go on that front foot. So putting the hands forward here, open the foot up. You can see the hip now doing this. So you're sinking that knee down that front foot. And we can watch, we put a line now down that left side. Your left hip moving through that line. So I guess effectively you're moving your left hip and your left shoulder towards target. That's going to put your weight forward. It's going to put the center of you in front of the golf ball, which means that your low point, as opposed to before being back behind the golf ball, is now going to be forward. So the hands then go forward. So look at the two comparisons of these setup now. Very, very different start position. And again, because of that open foot, weight forward, your backswing length, without even discussing how far back to go, just went back shorter. You couldn't go back that far because of the setup position that you're creating now. And then from here now, because the backswing's shorter, because your low point now is going to be after golf ball, we can rotate the body through, great strike, turn the torso through, lift the head, extend the arms through with a nice swing, and not try to keep the head down, not try to lock the arms out straight, not try to get underneath the golf ball, and as you said, panic and get all flustered with the shot. So hopefully going forwards with this much smoother rotation of the body, the club now is going to strike the golf ball more successfully, continually, getting a much more consistent strike of that golf ball. You better judge distance, and then depending on what sort of shot you've got, whether you want a bit of loft or want the ball to run a bit more, we can just change the club for the shot we've got. So you could play this with a pitching wedge, you could play it with a sand iron. With the shot we had on the side, the putting green, there's a lot of green to play with. You could have played it with a 7-iron, 8-iron or a 9-iron, or even as we showed you with the hybrid. There's options you could take now with every single club in the bag, but the key thing is to get that setup correct every single time, making sure that the weight is forward, that hip goes this way towards the target. That was probably the one thing that you sometimes not quite get correct each time. So get used to moving that hip towards the target, sinking onto that left foot, and then we can swing the golf club much more efficiently, much more effectively, and just, hitting chip shots there for days. I hope that all makes sense. Any questions, Joe, obviously give me a shout, and I will see you again soon. Cheers.